Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and I know I am 3 weeks late. I know I have to recap episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Love at the Lockup season 6. I know I have been busy, child, but it was on my DVR, and here I am. Okay, we are here together to have a good old conversation. Love after Lockup. Season 6. I really do feel like this should actually be season 35. They be having these long 60 episode seasons. They be doing team too much, okay? But this at least is season 6, episode 1, 2, and 3, okay? I had to watch all 3 episodes back to back to back. I'm gonna do one review of all the stuff. Okay, and then I would do episode going further for the rest of the season. Okay, because I did not mean to miss it. Okay, look, we got throuple couples, foolish choices, all up and through, bad decisions, halfway house drama and love, child, bad intentions, shocking secrets, blind loyalty, foolishness, all up and through. Okay, now look, do not forget to go and watch my Housewives of Atlanta review. It is up right now. Okay, watch that. I was live on Sunday. Go watch that win right now. Okay, and then we are here for this today. I cannot believe it is more throuple couple drama this season. Look, I'm here. Hey, how y'all doing? Look, the first throuple couple we ever had was Megan, Sarah, and Michael. Okay, I don't think any other throuple couple would beat them. Now I remember it was somebody else. We've had maybe 2 other throuple couples. I know last season on Love during Lockup, it was a throuple couple, and now we throupling again. I don't know why folks be throupling. I'm not a throuple individual, okay, but I'm gonna leave that be. But let's get into now. Look, again, I watched the 3 episodes, which was kind of cool. It was kind of cool watching 3 episodes in one because I can tell one cohesive story. But then, that's all that it was. But let's get into the people, shall let's get into the peoples. First up, we have Will and Courtney. Now, I was like, what in blue blazes is this? Okay. Now, out of the 3 episodes, first, Will is 33. He's an IT specialist. Okay. Courtney is 24. He's in prison. Okay. For stolen vehicles, reckless endangerment, and identity theft. She's doing 1 whole year. Now, they were not on any prior season. Sometimes we have the love during lockup that show us the peoples and stuff like that. But I've never seen these two before. And I just recently watched the love during lockup because I thought maybe those couples will be on here. But there's no couple on here except one couple. But they were on before. I digress. The point is, Will and his little shirt, weird. Okay, Courtney, we haven't seen her get out yet, but I'm sure she will soon. Now, Will works in IT at a hospital, but Will also said, I am working on a dating app for furries. I said, what the fuck is, I said, furries? What do you mean? So he's working on a dating app for people who like to dress up like furry animals. Okay, because he said they need love too. I mean, they do. And I mean, if it's a community of furry people who want to date, serve. Yes, if there's a market for it, create the app. I don't want to be on there. Okay, so Will said I was a party kid back in the day. I was into drugs, the Xanax and all them, the pills or whatever. And then I like in his 20s, because he's 33 now, in his 20s. But his best friend died. His best friend took himself out. Okay. And so his best friend took himself out. Will got clean because the best friend kept trying to tell him before he took himself out, hey man, get off this road, stop getting high, be better, do better. And it took the best friend to take himself out for Will to listen. Okay, so he's better. He's been clean for about 8, 9 years. Okay. So Will met Courtney. He saw her mugshot on Instagram. I said the mug shot, not even a done up the mug shot. He said I saw her mug shot and she was cute. So I said, hey, let's talk to a prisoner. I was like, see, cuckoo, cuckoo. Cause who says, you know what? They're cute. Let me just fuck a prison. I wouldn't do it. Okay. Now for her, Courtney said it's her first time being in prison. She got caught up with some peoples or whatever, got with the wrong crowd, started hanging out, doing bad things or whatever, got swept up in the street life. Okay. And then went to prison. Luckily, she only been in there for a year. They have been dating for 6 months. Now, Will said, I can see myself marrying her. I love her so much. She's my everything. We could get married. I was like, so you don't know her. You don't know her. You're almost because it's a 9 year age gap. You only know her for 6 months. And you don't you it's prison. She's been in prison. It's weird, okay? Now, Courtney said, I was happy when he hit me up, he had all his teeth. I was like, look, she says, many people hit me up, but sometimes toothless. And nothing against toothless people. But she said, I don't want nobody toothless, and he has all his teeth, and he was kind of cute, and it's fine by me, okay? So, Courtney is in prison in Oregon. Will lives in California. First of all, why would you date somebody in a prison that's across the country? Well, not across the country, but across state lines, okay? I mean, Oregon and California ain't that far, but it's still a whole other state. So, whatever. So, at first, they thought, yeah, when she got out of prison in Oregon, she can come move to California. But Courtney called and Courtney said, you know what? I talked to my people and they told me because we're not married and you're not family, they won't allow me to like be paroled or released to move to California because child, she's a criminal, a felon, okay? And so because they're gonna send me to a halfway house, okay? So I can't go there with you. I gotta be here with me and the halfway house people, okay? So again, halfway house love. Anyway, Will said, "What do you think if we ask your PO, if we get married, would that rectify the situation? Like if we, first of all, if you tell them we're only getting married so that she can move here, they might deny you, okay? But he said, look, tell her that you or him or her that you want to, we're gonna get married, and if we can be together, married, then we should get married. Do you want to get married? I think so. I guess so. I was like." So they decided to get married. I was like, but she's a stranger. And he's a stranger too. Stranger danger. Stranger danger. He goes to Oregon. He meets her with a mama to ask the mama for her hand in marriage. I was like, that is insane. That isn't. And the mom was like, the fuck? You don't know her. And when you on drugs? Are you clean? You not even out of tight, girl. Foolishness again. She's in prison. She theft. Do not marry the criminal you've never met before. Anyway, next up we have Joey and Michael. Now, Joey and Michael, absolutely. I feel like they were on two prior seasons for real. I really, really do. So Joey is 48, Michael is 40. Joey is supposedly a real estate broker and a real estate brokerage coordinator. Okay. And Michael was in prison, child, for intent to deliver and wait to girl, intent to deliver and also drug trafficking. He was in there for a year. Michael been in jail a long time. It's been more than a year. Okay, I feel like maybe this last stint was a year, but Michael been in there for a while or whatnot. Okay, now we did see them on Love during Lockup. I believe. I also thought there was on a prior season of Love. I don't know. I just feel like I saw them twice before, but I could be delusional, like they are. Anyway, so Joey, who's a former drug addict, a recent former drug addict, okay, is so happy that his boyfriend Michael, who's also a former drug addict and also a sex addict. So he's like, oh my God, he's getting home. He's coming home. He'll be home tomorrow. Yay, yay, yay. He on drugs. Okay. Now they did know each other from the real world. They met on a dating app years ago and stuff, hung around, messed around, dated, had sex or whatever. The last time Joy got high, he got high with Michael. So he relapsed with Michael. Okay. And since Michael been in prison, he hasn't gotten high that we know of. Okay. But I'm like, two drug addicts, and he's a sex addict. His family has a history of alcoholism. This is a bad decision. This all bad, bad, bad. I don't care, whatever. And Joey is like newly gay. He had like a girl, crazy. Anyway, Michael is repeat felon. Okay, he has been in and out of prison for 10 years. He's never really stayed sober or clean. He is a child, a menace to society. Okay, but Michael getting out like tomorrow. This is his picture. Okay, so Michael, like you know what I'm saying. No, his mama. Joey went to get Michael's phone from his mama. Okay. And the mama said, I'm getting older and I am tired of going back to jail. I'm going to die soon. And he in prison. Okay. And every time he get out, he relapse again and again and again. He will not be clean, sober, and like a good person until he's ready. Okay. Because he's always in some bullshit. When the mama telling you he ain't never did right and he's 40, red flag, red flag, red flag. I'm just saying, okay? So to try to help Michael not relapse, go down the rabbit hole, be around his old friends, the mama and Joey decide to do a factory reset on his phone, which would then delete all of his phone numbers, all of his texts, so he would not have contact information for old friends, old drug, the old life, okay, street life. We don't want him having any access to those people. The mama then also gets his phone number changed. I was like, bitch, I would be pissed if I had been in prison and I come home and you have taken away all my contacts and got me a whole new number, meaning no one who had his old number can call him. I was like, girl. Now, Michael did say, I am so concerned with if I will be able to be faithful to Joey because why Michael's a whore. I got his name wrong. I gotta fix that. But the point is, he's a whore. He's a admitted sex addict. Okay, so can I stay faithful? I don't know. Now when he gets out, they're a cute couple. Mm-hmm. Very cute. However, he's a whore. My mother was a whore who sold me. With you. Um, he's on girl. No, no, ma'am, no, sir. Okay. So Michael brings up how when he was younger. He's like, I want to pray the gay way. I did not want to be gay. I tried my best. Say, God, please make me straight. It didn't work. He went to like I think he was maybe in the military or the ground or what I'm saying, either the military, army, navy, something had messed around with somebody else around there, whatever. So he was, in the gay life or whatever. He said, but then I got on drugs and my life spiraled. Okay. And I've been spiraling ever since. But Joey keeps me grounded. He keeps me I love him. He's great for me. Okay. So when Joey then tells him, hey, here's your phone. By the way, your mom wiped it clean. Your mom, he was like, no, she didn't. He's like, yeah, she did. He's like, but she asked me and I told her no. And also, she also changed your number. He was like, what? He was pissed. He's like, she asked me and I said verbatim, no. And when Joey said, well, we're just trying to help you like a clean slate. Like, why do you need access to those old vices, those old people who kept getting you down the drug life? And he didn't say much, but he was visibly pissed. And then the child outside the prison, right here, standing outside the prison, he tells production, my mind is really focused on trying to figure out a way to get away and get high without Joey knowing. Okay, because I don't want to mess things up with Joey. To say I just walked out of prison. Okay, I've been out of prison maybe 20 minutes. And to say I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get high. I mean, I don't want Joey to know, but I want some crack or whatever his drug of choice is or whatever. that shows he not really ready. He not really ready. Well, this is Joey. It's gonna be a mess. Brooklyn and Brian. This is a whole brand new people, okay, around here. Brooklyn's 27. Okay, she's a gymnastic and cheer coach. Brian is also 27, and he is in prison. Has been in prison for 6 years for aggravated robbery, firearms, and motor vehicle. Child, mm-mm. Dangerous. Yeah, they're so dangerous. I hate her wig. I hate her wig. I People come on these shows. This is my thing. Go get black women. I can't help the white women because I don't have Caucasian hair. Black women. When you are auditioning for love after lockup, love during lockup, life, whatever the show is, anytime you're on a wee TV show, please stop getting these dusty ass, dry ass, crusty wigs with horrible edge control. Get you some braids. Go get you some braids. Go, because that means for the whole month or two you're filming, you will just have some, go get you some knotless box braids. Okay? Go get some little, got girl, these wigs are be atrocious. Atrocious. And it angers me because I'm like, your head look hot. It look hot and heavy today. Anyway, Brooklyn, Brian looks scared. I scared. Anyway, now they met in high school. So again, they're not strangers. I'm happy this season there are more people who weren't strangers. There are still some strangers, but not all strangers, okay? They met in high school. Okay. She's like, it was like we were flirtatious in high school or whatever. I wore purple lipstick and I would always put up to him and I would kiss him on the cheek with my purple lipstick. Okay, cool. So they had a flirtatious relationship in high school. Okay. But they didn't really date in high school. Then boom, he went to prison. He finna go to prison and whatnot. And so they end up connecting some kind of way once he was 6 years. Okay, he was gonna do 6 years. And I said, girl, they both brought up how they both thought the other one didn't like them. So she liked him, but thought he didn't like her. And he liked her allegedly and thought she didn't like him. So neither one of them acted on their flirtatiousness then. And then, oh yeah, I'm going to prison. Let me go talk to the girl I liked in high school. Anyway, so Brooklyn wants to get married. She wants to have kids. She wants to, this is my man, my man, my man. I know him. We're going to be together. Okay, my man, my man, my man. And her brother was aggravating me, but because I'm like, I'm grown. And it was too much, but I don't like him for you. I the brother might be gay, I don't know. He was extra all about it or whatever. But again, the brother don't like Brian for his sister because the brother like, I don't trust him. I think he wants your money. Come to find out, she had a trust fund. So her mom died after having her mom died when she was 10 days old. I'm like, damn, okay. The mom had an aneurysm, a brain bleed. And because of the mom dying 10 days after giving birth from a brain bleed, the family sued the hospital, got an undisclosed amount of money. She said, I don't know how much we got, but I have a trust fund. And I know we got a substantial amount. If she 27 and still has money from trust fund, that means it was a substantial amount of money because that's a long time. But again, the trust fund may have been because most trust funds you can't touch until a certain age. Some is 18, some is 21, some is 25. So I mean, if she just got access to it, that'd be why. But girl, that wig is not trust fund worthy. It's not. Okay. I just want better hair for us as women, black women. Anyway, so again, she's a trust fund. And so the brother think he wants her for the money. I said, well, sir, if he wanted her for the money, wouldn't he just have been dating her in high school? And is the trust fund? No, it's like, do folks know about the trust fund? Because I feel like if the mama died when she was 10 days old, no one she know now will really know about a trust fund unless she walk around telling people that trust. I don't know. Anyway, so she like, look, that's my man, my man, my man, my man. Brother, forget what you saying. I don't care. Get out my business. I love him. He loved me and blah, 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 blah. And then when he calls her, Brian calls her, you know, are we together, baby? Because my brother don't like you, whatever. And is we gonna really make it? Is you gonna get out and break up with me? Is you gonna get out and be an asshole? No, girl, I love you. Of course, I love you. Of course, I want to be with you. Look, there ain't nothing gonna go wrong. Blah 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 bloop. The fact that she knew him in high school does not mean this will work. It don't mean he used it because she did say she spent some dollars on him or whatever. Because again, they've been talking the whole time he's been in prison. Anyway, so the day before he gets out, he had to go to a halfway house. We don't see him in this episode because he's going to halfway house or whatever. But Brooke was like, I'm gonna go to the prison and I'm gonna see if I can see him because maybe when they drive him off the prison, they'll stop and let me see him. I'm like, that ain't how this works. When they are transporting prisoners from the prison to the halfway house, they're not stopping on the road to meet random girls on the corner. Child, when she rushed into the prison, came for her house keys, and she had to when she said, I gotta leave my back door unlocked because I can't find my house keys, I can't, girl, priorities. Find the damn keys, okay? So then she leaves the house to go find this man on the side of the prison. And she's standing outside the prison in kitten heels and a short dress, looking at the cars going by to see if one car has him. Even if you see him in the car, man, they're not gonna stop. And sure enough, the car passes her and keeps going. So again, he's taken to the halfway house, and then she's pissed because she can't see him. He then calls her from said halfway house because she has some stuff for him, and so he like, I can't see you. You can come you can drop it off at the front desk of the halfway house, but I can't come down to see you right now because then he just got there. And most of the time in these, I only know because y'all know the bad guy my ex years and years and years ago. Back when my ex boyfriend, the bad guy, got out of prison, because he did 2 years for a gun charge. And when he came home, he went to a halfway house. And when you first get there, you can't go see people. Like you have to go and like check in and just be there for like the day or whatever. So and then you can't, what I'm saying, you can drop shit off, but there's no interaction between, the prisoner and the person. So I knew that and that was I'm 43. So that was probably a good 20 years ago. So I'm assuming the rules haven't changed in the past 20 years. And that was in Detroit. And I don't know how it is where it was at. Anyway, so she goes drop off stuff for him, and they give her his stuff. So he had like some prison stuff, and he had his prison tablet. Child, she is like looking through the prison tablet, and like in the back of the case, there were pictures of like a girl, but it didn't seem like it was a random girl. It looked like it was a girl like from magazines. So I was like, did you think that man would not gonna have like girly girl? And now she upset. What you upset for? She's upset because why did he have a picture of me? He has other ones of you. Anyway, Brooklyn and Brian will get on my damn nerves. Next up, we have Savannah and Bradly. Now, Savannah and Bradly were on, I think, Love during Lockup as well, a season or two ago. She's 27. She's a bartender. He is 28. He was in prison for 2.5 years for firearm transportation. Okay, guns. Get those guns. Savannah is batshit crazy. Savannah also has body issues. Savannah still operates mentally as a fat girl who wants to bully people. And that's weird, you know. So they met in real life. He was her weed dealer. Okay. They've been dating for going on 2 years. Basically, the whole time he's been in prison. Okay. So Savannah is a former meth addict. She's recently clean. Okay, recently clean. Now we do see Bradley gets out. Okay, he's out. He's out of prison. I'm out of prison. I can hug my girlfriend. Bradley's like, I am trying to be clean and sober out in these streets or whatever. I'm happy to be home. I'm released. Leave me be. Okay. I was a bad kid. I was an all kind of shit as a kid. I was a menace to society. Okay. But when he said I was into all kind of shit as a kid, he said, but luckily, stuff I was doing, I didn't get caught for. So all he has on his record is what he was in prison for. But he did other shit. I say for real. Okay, gangster, gangster, loving. Anyway, so Brad, like I do love Savannah. I want to marry her. Okay, I want to have a whole family with her. But my family and her don't really get along because my family's worried about her and her sobriety, and if her drug addiction could possibly get me in trouble. And I'm like, it could. It abs on her. She has a temper and an attitude. And again, she operates as a because she has many self-conscious things about she's beautiful and whatnot. Okay, but again, it's a weird dynamic between them two. And while they could make it, I feel like she gonna drive that man crazy because she has some controlling issues and she talks to people like they're children, and you can't do that. Okay, now they driving from the prison because again, you free, eyes free, eyes free. Okay, and so he's driving, and then when he's driving, well, you want to pull over and I can drive, and you can like be like on the phone. He was like, "No, I'm okay. That's too overwhelming for me. I'm driving. I'm fine, fine, fine." Now he like, I'm trying to do one thing at a time. I need to get my food stamp card. I need to get a Medicaid. I need to get the probation rules for myself. I got to get a bank account. I have to. And he also has he's starting a job like in a couple days because he does roofing. He's like, I gotta go to work on Monday. I said on Monday to get out of prison and already have a job. That's amazing. Okay, but his thing is it's a lot, and I just want to go step by step, day by day. Okay, so Bradley Lynn finds out when they're back because she lives in a huge mansion with her mama and I think the grandmama because some kind of way they got either inherited the house. I don't know. Like they not rich. They got a little bit of money and they all share this big ass house. Okay, so he's moving into this big ass house with her, it's like a slave house, if you ask me. Anyway, and she say my mama gonna be there. He like, I didn't want to meet your mama right now. It's been a whole lot right now. Like your mama's real extra extra right now, whatever. The last time we talked, me and him and the mama, they got into a bit of a disagreement because the mama feel like y'all should not be together. It's moving too fast or whatever. Y'all both need to like slow down, little red Corvette. And he feel like I'm fresh out of prison. That's too much. I don't want to do too much in one day. It's over. Because you know they say in prison, once they get out, all of the differentness is different. And so it can be very overwhelming on day one. So he's like, I just want to go chill out. I don't want to have a long talk to mom or whatever. Do we have to talk to him? I did not know she would be here. Okay. The mama though comes, hi. The mom was very welcoming, very open, gave a big old hug or whatever. And her mom is an ex-felon advocate. So she helps people get out of prison. She helps them assimilate, girl, get used to the outside world. I want to help you too. I'm an advocate for you, whatever. And the mama was very gentle, very nice. And I feel like after he talked to mama, his mood changed. I feel like the mom put him in ease a little bit, and the mama wasn't as rah 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 as she was over the phone with him that last time. Okay, so yeah. Now Savannah said back in the day when she was younger, 20 and younger, she was over 200 pounds. When she was younger, whatever, she had gastric bypass surgery. She then had a tummy tuck or whatever, and she then said, "And there's still a lot of work to do in my body." I was like, "Girl, not a lot of work." In her mind. So it mentally, she's body issues. Okay. So I don't know, we're gonna have sex. Now Bradley's like, I'm not really thinking about sex right now. The fact that he said he's not thinking about sex, I said, but you fresh out of prison. Who don't want who child look, who don't want sex fresh out of look, when the bad guy got out of prison, because he was gone for 2 years, and when he got out of prison, sex was on his mind. I have now I've not having sex with many prisoners. Maybe there's two: the bad guy and my other ex, another guy. Who name I won't say. What was? Yeah, I won't say his name. But again, you know what I'm saying? They want the sex. They want this. They want the cooch. So Bradley said, "I am not thinking about this right now." Okay. He then said her body has changed over time. He said she's off drugs now, and so she isn't as small as she used to be. She's about 150 now, and she has some healthy weight. Now I did not know if he meant healthy weight as an insult or or a compliment, because it can go either way. I don't know. Anyway, the following morning, they did have sex or whatever. They enjoyed it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they want to talk with his sister, because Savannah and his sister used to be real cool or whatever. They got cool while Bradley was in prison. But his sister is also batshit crazy. Just like I think Savannah's batshit crazy, okay? He said, my sister is a wild, she is a cannon, okay? And y'all had beef, so we did talk it out before we had my welcome home party. Cause I don't want a welcome home party and a fight into, because my sister is fighting you, or fighting we can't have it. Okay. So we gotta get it figured out. Anyway, so he does bring up when getting his haircut with his friend that he feels a bit that Savannah could be a bit controlling. And again, I can see that too. Now we do see them meet up with a sister. Where she at? That's the sister. Okay, she's right there. And so the sisters are, the last time we were together, whatever you saying, I needed time away. I went to therapy, and I need to chill. I can't be doing all this crazy shit, burning down houses and breaking out windows. I'm paraphrasing or whatever. But she was like, I've done crazy things over time, and I don't need to do that anymore. And until I fix it, I don't know what to do. Okay. However, I'm in a better place now, and I know the gelato, whatever, and boom, bap out. So Savannah, like, I don't know if I believe her. Like, we were great friends or whatever, but I gotta see if she on some bullshit, blah, blah, blah. The sister, like, I'm just happy to see my brother. Fine. Let's move on to Brooke and JK. Well, now, first, y'all take a good 30 seconds, y'all. And y'all need to like the video because I asked y'all to. I just needed some water in my throat, y'all. Let's move on to Brooke and JK, who are both 31. What's this? What's JK? Is he just kidding? Maybe he's just kidding. I don't know. Anyway, Brooke is a merchandiser. Okay, JK is in prison for manufacturing delivery of controlled substances. He's been in jail for 6 years. Okay, so I said, he for sure looked different from his mugshots to current day. Even his prison, because they show him in prison, he missing some teeth at the bottom. I think he chews tobacco, and it is and then rotted out the bottom row. Anyway, Brooke has an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old son. Okay. She's as a kid, she was a wild child, hanging out, partying, drinking, blah, blah, blah. She did not calm down. So when she had a son, so I have my kid at like 18 or whatever. And I said, girl, sit down somewhere. Now I'm a mom of 2. Brooke also said, I'm a horrible picker of people. I've only had shitty relationships or whatever. It's been bad, bad, bad for me. Both her kids' fathers, she said basically both kids' dads basically left her to raise them alone. So she's a single mom. The daddies ain't around for either son. Because one son, she said, the daddy ain't been around for like maybe 8 or 9 years, and then the other one has not been around since the kid was around 2 or 3. Again, she's a single mom and whatnot. Okay. And when she said, my boys need a father figure, my boys need a daddy, okay? And JK wants to be their daddy. He wants to be the father figure. And I've been waiting for him for almost 3 years. And so, yeah. And JK, so he was a whole menace in these streets or whatever. I was crazy. Been in here for 6 years. I get out 2 days. Now they also knew each other before he got locked up. So again, they're not strangers. They knew each other as teenagers. They were like a long distance friendship or whatever, and they were like distant lovers and stuff. But it's like teenagers. We got locked up. He went to prison, and then when he went to jail. Surprise, 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 surprise. Let's date, girl. I get if you were dating someone before they went to prison, y'all had a relationship and whatnot, and y'all broke up. That I don't see an issue with, sort of, kind of. But I feel like when you had no kind of relationship and they were in prison, that ain't the time to be a couple. Like, be friends. I have a friend in prison. That sounds so weird. A childhood friend who I did used to date, but he's like family now because he's family anyway. But like he calls me every once in a while, but like I'm not dating that nigga at all. But I've known him since I was in like the 5th grade, and we dated a little bit here and there. We had, you know what I'm saying, we had a relationship, whatever. But I would never be like, yeah, you in prison, let's talk. And he been locked up for like 18 years. Child, he was okay. But he's a friend of mine. So I'm like, I get it if it's a friend of yours, y'all used to date and y'all rekindle. But these people like, oh no, I just knew him. We ain't date, no, I just knew him. Don't date them when they in prison. No, not at all. Anyway, so now they in love. Okay, we're in love. We want to be together. Now her mama like, look, be careful. You got 2 kids already. You pick bad men or whatever. You do not need to rush and have kids with this man. You would think that if someone had kids with 2 other men who left her to raise them 2 boys, you would think she would not want to rush and have a third baby with a third man. You would think. Because his mama felt the same. Both their mamas, his mama and her mama, both was like, y'all do not need to have kids. And they both talk as if, no, we have to have babies. Bitch, for what? Now, there's a whole thing to where, excuse me, JK has a best friend named Bonnie, a white girl. Okay? JK's best friend Bonnie lives with Brooke. JK also used to date Bonnie a while ago, but now they're just friends. Okay. There's also another girl named Alex who JK dated. And Alex, I remember his best friend Bonnie also used to live with the ex-girlfriend Alex. And at some point, JK found out Alex was cheating on him because his best friend Bonnie told him, and the best friend recorded the girlfriend admitting to cheating. I was like, bitch, how is this happening? What is going on? It's the weirdest shit. So that made JK break up with the girl, and then he took his relationship serious with Brooke. Brooke knows all this. It's a fucking hillbilly ass mess, okay? So I was like, what is going on? And his family is still cool with the Alex girl, even though Bonnie lives with Brooke. She knows shit about JK that she won't tell Brooke because, as she said, JK is my best friend. He's the priority, bitch. But you live with Brooke, girl. Stupid, dumb. Okay. Now the fact that because he getting out, that's his mama. When Brooke and his mama was at the hotel, sleeping in the same bed, I said, "Why the fuck are y'all in the same bed?" Because you go to a hotel, you wait, and then get out the phone. If we can't afford two hotel rooms, or at least a hotel room with two beds, bitch, the mama can go. Because I refuse. Child, Brooke was laying in the bed next to this man's mama because they had one room and one bed. I say, y'all can't afford, girl. If you can't afford a double room or a double bed, y'all should be single, and the mama should not go. The mama can't, girl, not at all. I don't care if it's for one night, bitch. I need my own bed. Anyway, again, he gets out, got his shirt, husband, daddy, protector, king. Now he don't have no children. He not married. The shirt is a lie. The shirt is a lie. Again, he and her want to have sex. They want to have made kids. His mom like, don't do that. It's stupid. The mama also feel like, oh, is it my fault? You were the person. He's like, no, mama, you can't blame you. My bad decisions is on me. Nothing I did is your fault. It was all on me. That was great. Okay. But the fact that they keep talking about sex, oh, we want to do it. We want to have, because they're staying at her mom's house for the time being. Because he's out one day, so they're gonna sleep there. I was like, girl, y'all can't afford, y'all poor. You can't afford a hotel room, girl. Like, you have two kids by two men who left you, and they're assholes. I get that, but ma'am, why would you want to rush to have a? And she said, "I'm 31. I don't want to have kids when I'm old. You have time. No one is saying wait 5 years. Wait a year. Having a kid at 32 is just as fine at 31. You do not need to get knocked up by your prison mate boyfriend on day one. Don't do that, little lullaby. Lullaby, say goodnight. Don't be no idiot." And when JK said, I don't want that kid at 40, you're 31. You're 31. You can wait 30 days. Okay, you can wait 30 days. Why get pregnant on day one? Next up, Kiana and Damodrick. I was like, this is a weird name, Damodrick. I've never seen someone named Damodrick. Okay, it's a mixture of different names. So yeah, she's 27, he's 30. She's a hairstylist and also a pharmacy technician, and he is in prison for a felony firearm 2 years. 2 whole years. 2 whole years. So Kiana admits, I am a horrible man picker. I have a horrible taste in men. Okay. I lived a shelter life. So when men told me game and ran game on me, I believed it. I was like, girl, at least she's honest. She said, they was pretty. I'm pretty and you like me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And she fell for it. Okay, she was like, I am gullible because I was so sheltered. I had no idea about guys running game. Dudes, husbands, fathers, brothers, teach your daughters and your sisters how to avoid getting gang ran on them. Tell them the secrets. Do not allow your sister and your daughter and your nieces to get caught up in this bullshit. You hear me? Anyway, but again, I met Damodrick. We've been on and off about 10 years. Okay, we dated in high school or whatever. But I was like, again, they're not strangers. Now at least they dated in high school, as she said. Okay, but he is in prison now. Again, they have a 3-year age difference. Um, mhm. And he has been there for a year. I think a year. We got 2 years, but they've been dating about a year right now. Again, 10 years over this all high school till now. But recently they've been dating for a year. Out of the 2 years he's been in prison. Okay, he gets out in 2 days, but we know he's already out. So he has 6 kids. He has 6 kids by 3 women, and one other woman have 3 of his kids. Okay, Kiana says how the latest baby mama still loves him, wants to be with him. Okay, she posts about him on social media, but I miss my baby daddy. I love him. Also, he cheated on her. Damodrick cheated on Kiana with the baby mama, which is how they got the third baby. I'm like, girl, that's too much drama. It's just too much, okay? But I work 2 jobs or whatever. I spend about 20K on him, okay? But I love him and he love me and I know he gonna choose me. I was like, girl, if you think so. So we do see her stepdaddy is old school friends with his family. So her stepdaddy know and was raised around friendly with his family. So they go with his family house because she wants to get some of his belongings to take with her to get him out. But she's not that close with his family, mainly his sister, because his sister is cool with the baby mama. I'm like, girl, I can red flag, red flag, red flag. Okay, is the sister like, I don't know if my brother gonna be faithful. I know how he is, and I know how he is with that one baby mama, whatever. So we shall see how things go. So the crazy part was when Kiana her and her stepdaddy left the house from getting some of the stuff, the sister immediately FaceTime the baby mama, who said, I talked to him yesterday. Sure did. And it was all kind of shit going on. I've already gotten phone calls from other women. So I know it ain't just me. Meaning he's dealing with not only Kiana, the baby mama, and other women too. Meaning he ain't shit. He ain't shit. Now he gets out and she all happy. Look, horrible wig. Go get braids. I told y'all, if you are on this show, stop getting these crunchy ass wigs. Okay, these dry around the forehead wigs. By the time she got to back home, her whole forehead was a whole different color. It was lifting. Go get some, unless you have a reason where your hair is, you're not able to get braids. I get that. But if you are able to get braids and you're on these kind of shows, go get some braids for filming. That way you don't look dumb in the heat. Okay, you don't look, braids ain't nothing but what, maybe $200, child. Anyway, but she happy he out. They hugging and kissing. I'm like, y'all so nasty. Okay. So Damodrick had to go to the halfway house. Again, halfway house love. Halfway house. Halfway house. Okay. He had to go to the halfway house, get a leg monitor. Okay. He's also has 3 years probation once he's off the monitor. Okay. And so when he said I was in college studying to be a physical therapist, okay, I then got to hang around the wrong crowd, doing wrong things, getting some money. I got shot. Once I got shot, it made me want to have a gun, and then I got, carried away. I got arrested with a gun. So I'm like, y'all do know you can legally carry if you are a felon and you're not supposed to have a gun, don't have a gun. If you can legally carry, but you can't be illegally carrying because it carries jail time. Okay. Anyway, so he said when we met, she was 12 and I was 16. And I told her, agree too young. Okay, when you get a little bit older, we shall see. But right now, girl, get my face. He said, I then left to go to college and she was in high school. So when she said we did it in high school, she was in high school, he was in college. Okay. Um I don't girl. Anyway. But he said once I went to college and I came back, we started talking then. At least she was at least 17, but still I digress. So he said I'm going to be faithful. I'm gonna propose her. I want to be with her. I love her. I love her. Me and my ponytails and love this lady and her bad wig. So they go to the PO office because he had to get a tether on his leg. Child, he in there for like 2 hours. She's like, why they not where he at? Child, he ain't came back out or nothing. Let's go see. They know we waiting on him. The PO come out and say, you the girlfriend? She's like, yeah, yeah. He had to stay here. She's like, what? Yeah, he had to stay here. I thought he was only coming here to get the tether and then he can leave. She's like, no, there was a miscommunication between the prison and us. So until that's straightened out, he is gonna be here. She was pissed because she thought, my man, my man, my man, I can be my man. And they're like, no, ma'am, the hugging and kissing y'all did on the ride here, that's it. Okay, again, he's here until I say no. And so I mean, she was pissed, she was crying, or whatever. And I get why she was pissed, but I think you should always know if the person getting out from prison is on parole, if they have to be at a halfway house, if they have to go get a tether, there's a good chance that it's a possibility that the rules may change for any reason, even the fact they got there late. They got there like maybe 30 minutes late, but they had to drive there. So, who knows? But she's pissed because, hey, why you gotta be here? This is unfair. Girl, prison. Lastly, Ashley and Child, I was on Ashley and Julius. I was on TikTok and I kept seeing posts from some dude named Julius. And I'm like, who the fuck is Julius? Because I hadn't watched the episode yet. And now I understand. Girl, I said, not a throuple. Ashley is 31. She's a waitress. Julius 25. He's been in jail for 6 years for drug trafficking. Okay. I'm happy I watched this show in 3 episodes, versus one. So this shit, I was like, bitch, the fuck. Okay. So Ashley, one has a 3-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son. Your kid is almost his age. I felt like, girl, he a kid age. Anyway, she's like, I was a party girl in my younger. I was a party girl. Okay. If the money was involved, I was partying or whatever. I was a dancer on and off for 8 years. I was making 700 a night. But now I'm a waitress because I work mornings so I can be with my kids in the afternoon time, whatever. And my kids don't have to go to daycare. Okay. First of all, her pictures. I am a firm believer in you should never send anyone altered pictures of you. Child, the fact that her lips ain't the girl, her now the first three, these are all photographs that the show showed of her. She met him a year ago. Ashley met him a year ago in prison. Okay. She said he accidentally called my phone and I answered thinking if like one of my friends got locked up. And so I answered thinking it was him. And he said, because she then said, you sound really cute. What's your name? I was like, who the fuck does that? For a prisoner? He could be a murderer. Okay. She looked him up on Facebook. Oh, he is cute. Oh, he is cute. And they have never met in person. He's only seen the photograph that she sent of herself. And she also has his name tattooed on her titty, well, her chest, above the titty. And I feel like the picture she sent of herself, if these are the ones she sent, I won't say she catfished him. I will say she used makeup and filters to look different. She gave herself lips. She made herself look slimmer. Um, I mean, she looked like an altered version of herself. Um, I a long time back in my day when we had AOL chat. I met a guy in AOL chat, and when we met up, it was I did not like him, and he did not like me. However, we then met years later at a college training event, and he told people I lied to him. I was like, no, the fuck I didn't. I said I told you I was fair skinned. I had curly hair, and I'm 5'3", and I'm plus. That's what I told him. He said, I thought that meant you looked like Free from 106 Park. And I think back then, I'm like, well, I sent you pictures, full body ones at that. And he lied because he sent me other pictures of him that really wasn't him. So I'm a firm believer in you never should deceive anyone in how you look. This because if they don't like you, they don't like you. So I do feel like she absolutely used makeup filtered pictures of herself, and he ain't know because she don't have no lips at all. Okay, Shy, I was like, girl. Anyway, he has been in jail for 6 years or whatever, and he said she was there for me and everything. So she was here for me, and I loved it. I say, child, you kind of catfish that man. Now we then find out Julius, they're a couple. Okay, they're a couple, and he like, yeah, I don't want you to come pick me up from prison. Okay, my mama gonna do it. Okay, and my mama gonna pick me up. I'm gonna spend down my mama on them. And I might be able to come see you later that day, but I don't know, baby, or whatever. And then when a call ended, he does not say I love you. And she said he always said it before. Like, why you being dumb now? That's just what is girl. Anyway, she then brings up how she found out at one point he was talking to other girls, but he told her it was to get money from other girls. So she's gullible and she's stupid, gullible and stupid. Okay, she had a girl like at a store with her little friends. Okay, so that's her again. Every time I see that's her in a flowery dress in the front. Every time I see her, she look a bit different, you know. And I'm not shaming her in any way. All I'm saying is the person I see in front of me is not the person in these pictures. And no one should be allowed to put themselves in that kind of deficit because it then forces people to judge you based on you lying about how you look. Because how you look is how you look. That's your face, that's your body. Let it be let it all be what it is, okay? But the photograph that she sent that man isn't no. Not at all. So her friends is at like a little Dollar Tree type of store, shopping for like stuff for the hotel room because we gonna have sex tonight, girl. I gotta get stuff for the hotel room. We gonna have sex. He gonna get me pregnant. I wonder if he gonna be like when he be shy because they have never met in person. Okay, so the friends like, girl, I don't know. The friends think he gonna break her heart. He gonna break her heart. She gonna be sad. Okay, is the red flags everywhere, whatever. We've been telling her all the time, red flag, red flag, red flag. At one point, I think he was supposed to also get her name on him, and he did not. on me. She got his name on her. So red flag, red flag, red flag. Okay. So, and then when she got a friend, oh yeah, also yeah, he don't want me to come get him from prison. Yeah, he also don't want me to meet his family yet. It was like, girl, the fuck, is you crazy? Yes. hmm That's why she sent filtered, makeup covered photographs for herself to him, and she looked different. hmm hmm Now she got a hotel room, child, getting it all done up for her boo, and we then see it's a throuple. Why? Because Julius also has Alexis, who's 29, and she's a CNA and a caregiver. I say, now first of all, his mug shot, it looks illegal. Okay, he looked like a child, because he was 18, 19 at that point in time. So Alexis is his other girlfriend. I said, bitch, neither woman knows about the other. Okay. They've been talking off and on for 3 years. He's been in jail for 6. They've been talking off and on for 3. He's been talking to Ashley for a year. So technically, he is cheating on Alexis with Ashley, but basically cheating on them both. Okay. But him and Alexis' story, he's getting paroled to, he said, his mama house. No, his god mama house. I'm gonna get parole to my god mama house, boo. But I'm gonna stay with you. And oh my god, my man, my man, my man. Yes, I can't waste my man. Has this for my man. My man, I love my girl. Y'all foolish. Okay. Oh, and then on the phone talking. Now he did tell her he loved her. He was more he was more nice and lovey-dovey on the phone with Alexis. Now Alexis has seen him in person. She's went to visit him a few times. So they have at least had like 6 to 8 visits in the past 3 years of them talking off and on. Okay. I was like, girl. Now when she said, I haven't dated much or whatever, my ex, like he wanted kids and I got pregnant and then he didn't want kids and I then lost the baby. I was like, oh Lord, girl, trauma. So to not be much of a dater, date someone who convinces you y'all have a family, get you pregnant, and then he doesn't want the baby, and then you lose the baby, and he's like, girl. So it's a lot on her. She said, I was a heavier girl when I was younger. Okay. And so I did not feel good about myself. I had low self esteem. And he loves me for me. He loves me no matter what weight I am. He loves my body. Fine. Again, look how you look. Don't be catfishing and sending photographs of yourself that don't look like you. Okay? Because as Alexa said, he loved me for me. If she's a beautiful girl. But you know what? Ashley isn't, it's just bad wigs. It's bad wigs and ugly clothes. Anyway, we do see that Alexis is who is picking him up from prison. So I was like, bitch, what? Now he get out again. She picked him up, but we also see she's pissed because he had like his sister's baby daddy and his other homeboy come too. And I'm like, no, why you do that? And Alexa's point was, I did not know it would be anybody but me and him. Like, I don't like this. I don't like this. Why did he tell me that? You know what I'm saying? And Julius is he's a child. There's no other way to put it. He's a child around here. And she, my man, he's a real man. He puts in effort. He wants to be a leader. He wanted a girl. He's been in prison for 6 years. What has he possibly taken charge of? He's in prison. You foolish. You're foolish. You're foolish and you're just a fool. You know you're in love. What you say? Hey, hey. Girl, a fool in love. A fool in love. Now, Julius brought up how he had a poor family. They didn't have much. That's why he ended up, you know what I'm saying, gang banging, and in drug dealing to get money. Okay, I was selling drugs. I then sold drugs to a confidential informant. They snitched on me. I go to prison. Okay, and there he is. So he said for me, prison was he said no one was there for me except strangers. So like Alexis, Ashley. So people weren't really there for him in prison. And so he's talking child home. And he's a handsome young man. However, with his handsomeness, there is a toxicness that seeps through his pores. And I feel like looking at him, I don't get how you can't see. No, one, he's a baby. He went to jail at like 18. He's still a child to me. Shell to her too. Anyway, so at the prison, he chose to go ride with Dummy 1 and Dummy 2 as his homeboys, instead of riding with her. Now he did say we only ride it's gonna be like 9 minutes on the street, and I'm gonna be with you the rest of the day, boo. Now I said, girl, he is going to be in trouble. You wanna know why? He has a 3-year probation, and he's not supposed to be around guns or drugs. He's in the car on camera drinking. You can see the friend in the back rolling the weed. I'm like, he not girl. How you break the rules on day one? Now she pissed because why he don't want to ride with me? Why? Fuck them dudes. Why? I'm pissed, okay? But they all go to the restaurant, okay, or whatever. And at the restaurant, he calls Ashley because again, Ashley think he with his mama. She don't know about Alexis. Alexis in her feelings because he was hanging out with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, okay, again, the two friends. But he like goes to the bathroom to call Ashley. Hey, babe, I'm out. Y'all made it with my mama. Y'all call you later. All right, peace. He's very nonchalant now with her. She's like, he's acting real weird. She notices the difference in how he talked to her. And she's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's weird. Okay. This fool say have a multiple women to talk to keeps his options open. And he feel like Alexis is too clingy. I'm like, you her man, you out of prison, she's supposed to be clingy. You ain't been out but an hour. Anyway, as he's saying, she real clingy. That don't stop him from doing what on her house. He's gonna be staying with her. Okay, staying and living with her. Okay. Now he said I had sex for 6 years. I'm ready to fuck. Okay. But so is Alexa. They're both ready to do it. So he like, yeah, I want to take a shower. So okay, look, we're gonna do it in the shower. However, while she's in the other room, girl, I don't know, running water, I don't do whatever else. He go out on the balcony to call Ashley. Hey, so I'm gonna do stuff for my mama, right? And it's gonna be a while. So I might be busy for a while. So, can we hang out tomorrow? She's pissed because it's her birthday. We've been planning this, and all of a sudden, and she hangs up on him because she's pissed. And she should have hung up and not and the phone to call back. So she's pissed. He calls back. What's the weekend? She's like, nigga, we've been planning this for like a couple weeks. You knew the plan, and the day of, you're now changing shit the day of. I'm pissed, okay? I'm upset. But she still, we are fine. What time tomorrow? Don't call tomorrow. Change plans. I don't like that shit. Want. And he gets whatever. All right. Okay, bye. When he said, well, Alexis is not gonna let me on her site, so I can't hang out with her. I can't hang out with Ashley because Alexis is not gonna like let me leave. Like she's gonna wonder where I am. And I'm like, meaning you did not think this shit through at all. Okay. Now Ash at the hotel crying. I can't believe he would do this. We were supposed to be together. He ain't here. He won my birthday. And I can't believe this. This is so dumb. Okay. I bet he got another bitch. I bet. Because he don't even sound happy to talk to me no more. And she crying. And the friend like, girl, don't cry. No, don't cry. Look, girl, take some sexy pictures. Yeah, take some sexy pictures, and he can see what he missed. And I was like, don't, because he fucking Alexis. He fucking Alexis right now. Like, girl, and she took some pictures in some blue, girl, in some Daisy Duke blue jeans and some black stockings and a broad top thing. I was like, girl, anyway, he busy fucking Alexis while you at the hotel crying in some kitten heels and some shorts and a top. He ain't shit. Clearly, he ain't shit. He don't really care for either woman. He playing with both of them. Two grown ass women with jobs and lives. Okay, Ashley has two children. Fucking ridiculous. Girl, I say the fuck is going on here. Anyway, y'all, that was episodes 1 through 3. Again, going forward, I will do one episode each week. I had to play catch up, okay? Look, all these hoes ain't loyal. Okay, at every turn, somebody is being unloyal, and I don't like it at all. Okay. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy. Do not forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, and share the video as well. I did do Housewives of Atlanta, so go watch that. Review was up on my channel, and I was live on Sunday. Go watch that on my channel. Okay. Look, I am doing more uploads, so if you are a watcher, a JayBirds of my channel, I may not be live, but that does not mean I don't have content. Okay, you have to watch for lives and also pre-records. Anyway, peace out. I will talk to y'all later on. And yeah, go watch my other videos. Anyway, bye.